Did I quit? I quit, Mr. White.
You should quit. Here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Survivor with Jamie, Jack, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
I'm Jamie.
And I pee sitting down.
Welcome to the show, everyone. You know, I was kind of hoping that you were going to go with, and I'm both y'all bitches come here.
Yeah, there wasn't much to choose from, to be honest with
There
you.
was a few good ones. I personally
that one stuck out.
I personally thought you were gonna love.
Oh, I love too. And you know, you got to protect those balls, Roxroy.
Yeah.
That needs to be on a shirt.
Yeah.
It's not family friendly, but it's also family friendly if you think about what that protects. So there you go.
It happens every time they do that challenge.
Oh my God. So actually, I had thought for a little while when they did that challenge that at least it's not something that's going to give somebody a concussion. Because remember when Spencer, they did that challenge in Cambodia and Spencer got knocked real hard. And I feel like somebody gets really badly injured every time they do that because they just do it with like the big immovable objects that you can walk
Well, why don't they put padding around the stuff that can hurt people?
I don't know.
I didn't even think they were going to do that. I thought that they had decided against doing that challenge anymore. I felt like I have read that somewhere, but I think that they threw some sawdust in instead of sand, and they were like, "We're good now."
Yes, I think you're right.
Sawdust never killed anybody.
I also remember hearing that after the last time there were injuries, that they were done doing that challenge. So I think that their go-around was what it was today, but, you know, blindfolded people are still going to manage to bump into something.
Yes. Well, Romeo got, he got like the dunce slap, like right in the face when he rounded that pole.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh my God. There were good, I guess maybe there were some, they definitely had like the soundboard going. They were like, boom, bang, ding.
I still say, because especially and Jeff pointed out he was talking during everything's so confusion and I'm talking.
Yep.
So I always think that they should do like they had two groups. They had each team had two groups going out, right?
Mm-hmm.
One should be group number one should be group number two. One forward, one forward, two forward. Instead of trying to figure out who's screaming out your name, use a number.
Yep.
I've said this since first time I saw it.
Power to Jonathan, though. Like, he got that, like, militant voice going. You could hear him over everybody else. He was, his vocal cords were made for such a...
Can you hear me?
Yes. It was a little intense.
Yes, he was intense. But it was a really fun challenge, and it looked really hard, actually.
Well, Drea is it Drea? She was intense, too.
Yes. So the people... And then the other one calling it out was Lydia. And Lydia did great as well. I think that challenge, like, it could have been anyone's game, that challenge.
They were so close.
They were so close. And it was...
I liked that they had to do the puzzle blind. I thought that was...
Yes. And it was...
I'm like, yes, that's great, because, I mean, that's where they were all tied. I mean, like, one piece going in at the same time, so... Yes,
and I had asked... because I was watching with Jay and Zach, and I was like, do you think that they can say, it's a circle? I haven't heard anybody say it. And as soon as I asked that, Jonathan was like, it's like a pizza.
Yeah.
Like the categories. You can't say the clues, but
well, maybe Jonathan's strategy. I think Jonathan's strategy going inside out was the wrong strategy.
Might have been.
Because puzzles, you always get the outside first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any puzzle I've ever done, you always get the outside first and then go in from there.
Right. Maybe to that strategy's credit, it was like a 9-piece puzzle, and they were pretty big. It was more about
they were large pieces.
Yeah.
Well, they lost.
I
did.
got a little concerned when like Tori slapped that last piece down. I thought there were fingers under that.
Oh yeah, because she wouldn't
This
have
puzzle
known.
could be what takes somebody out. Like, could take them out. They're gonna lose their fingers.
Oh my god.
Medic.
Well, let's
Medical.
let's backtrack back up here. So the episode was called "Good and Guilty," which was taken as a quote from was it Romeo that said he's a vegetarian?
Hi.
Hi said he's a vegetarian.
Yeah, he's a vegan.
He's a vegan. Okay. And he decided to eat the crab meat, and he feels both good and guilty about it. Which also,
how big was that? How big was I've never cooked a crab.
It
How much
didn't
crab
look that
meat is
big.
in a crab. I mean, they were challenged. It looked like Thanksgiving. I don't. It's just
right. They must
Big
have found
enough to put in a banana leaf envelope.
they must have found like a like a den of crabs or something. Like, yeah, because everybody had a sizable piece of meat there. But also, at first I thought that perhaps the episode title came from Tori, who says that she also felt, safe but sad, like good and guilty that Zach went home. But anyway,
I don't know
that
why
seems
when
to
she
be a
wasn't going
theme,
to work, they weren't going to work together.
right?
But Hai made the right decision, because if you're not going to eat,
You're gonna get hangry.
well, that, and you're also going to be okay. They're not going to be good. He's not going to eat. He's going to be weak in the challenges.
Yeah.
We got to get him out, because he doesn't weigh a lot anyway. So it's like, so I think he made. I know he's going against his run.
Vegan.
Yeah.
And if you're vegan, your protein sources are pretty important, and they don't have like, nuts or beans or any of that to like, he doesn't have a protein. He has to eat the meat.
Yeah.
Well, that's why
he
he
has
said
to eat the meat.
that's why he was bummed when there's no rice. But he's got it as, you don't want to set yourself, put that target on you. And I said he's got to eat.
Now, if there were only some
there's
pudding.
There's probably another 17 pounds of crab there, so go ahead and eat it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the standout stars of this episode. I have to admit that I called it that Mariah was going home as soon as she got her special moment on the beach. I was like, Marianne is too big of a character, and alpha male Jonathan wants to keep her around. That there's no way she's going home. It has to be Mariah. And she gets this special moment talking about her brother, and she didn't get to bury her necklace, which made me kind of sad. It just kind of seemed like it was written, it was foretold that it was probably her episode to go. But we had Marianne definitely continued her breakout starness.
She needs to get over her shyness.
You're right.
She needs to ever have the hatchet in her hand.
Oh
my god, yes. She is a treat.
Jonathan moves. I don't blame him. I mean, I was like, okay, she's going to lose a leg here if she keeps chopping the way she's
wild
chopping.
With that hatchet.
You have to chop like Omar.
Yeah. She's a delight. She is just a delight. Her confession about having a crush on Zach. And hoping that I was going to be her showman. It's like, just that she was so open about that. I was just like, I love you.
Well,
stay on forever.
It tribal when she was going on, and Jeff goes,
yeah.
You can see that
we love this for story editing. Please tell us more.
That in that moment, Jeff was totally thinking how can I get this girl an idol on the way to go vote? Can I put in her torch? Can I put it under her seat? Can we just give her an idol instead of an extra vote and be like, girl, play this?
You think Mariah knew she was going home because she was the only one rolling her eyes and getting kind of irritated with
That's what gave me the clue that she might be going home, because I think out of all of the tribes, Taku's my favorite one as far as personalities go. Everyone works together really well. And the one little slide on it was that Marianne sitting there rambling about her love for Zach, and everyone just kind of smiles like, oh, silly Marianne. And then Mariah's then all of a sudden we have this eye roll, and I'm like, one of these things is not like the other.
Exactly.
She's gonna be gone.
Now this is stupid and has nothing to do with the episode itself, but I thought it was kind of fun that both people that we saw on the chopping block tonight were Marya.
Yes. It's a little tongue-tie-y.
I thought that was kind of cool.
I
But
also thought Mariah heard herself when she said, I'm putting myself first. Now it's a game that you know, obviously you have to put yourself first, but you don't say it.
right.
Well, especially when, even if she didn't know it, I mean, we know it, that they were all saying, well, she's kind of like the mom of the group. And then she just was like, I do not accept this.
Yes. I'm not your mom.
Yeah.
Shut up, Marianne.
I don't receive this role.
So yeah, Marianne, Mariah had her moment. Marianne, Omar definitely got put ahead of the pack today. Did you guys catch that hilarious exchange when he explains, you know, does anybody have any questions about being Muslim? And Jonathan is like, if you ever have any questions about Christianity, and then Lindsay's like,
Yeah.
I'm a terrible Jew. Y'all probably know more about it than
exactly.
I do.
That was pretty funny.
I was
great.
like, yeah, this is really hilarious, actually.
Yeah, it was.
Yep.
You could tell but they get along.
Yeah.
They truly like each
Marianne-
other.
Marianne made like a prayer mat for Omar. Like,
That was
"Aw,
really
that's
nice.
So sweet. But,
That was. And that could have been something that helped save her, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
yeah.
I think they think that she would probably be more loyal.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And I think because Mariah, like I said, she said, you know, I'm out here for me. So,
Right. Well, Marianne gives off puppy dog vibes.
Yes.
Right.
But I feel like, you know, she is somebody that could, you know, bite the hand that feeds her. No, is that the right phrase?
Absolutely.
That, you know, she could be like, you know, peace. I have a crush on what's his face now, so I'm out. Or not even
Well, obviously,
that, but
obviously, Jonathan's not her type.
clearly
No.
not. No, if Zach is her type, Jonathan is 100% not her type.
Definitely not.
Because Jonathan makes about 7 Zacks. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And he knows nothing about Harry Potter. Just going to say that right out.
Not at all.
Not a bit.
And my poor Zach we never got to watch last week's episode, so he was so confused. He was like, Zach?
Aw.
Me, Zach? No, who's Zach? And we were like, the guy that went home last week. He's like, a Zach went home last week? And we were like,
Aw.
yeah. He was like, she has a crush on him? And then he name checks the little girl that he used to have a crush on with Mariah. He was like, that lady looks like blank's mom. And I was like, you're right. That lady actually does look like her mom.
Maybe it was. Maybe it is.
This is how it all begins. I'm just saying.
True that.
This is
True
where
that.
it all starts.
It all starts, reality TV. But yeah, poor dude was so confused. Every time somebody said Zach, I was like, shh, it's okay.
It's not you.
Yeah.
Not you, the other Zach.
The other Zach. Let's see, what else? Who else kind of Mike had some moments. Some Dodo music moments. He found the 3-way immunity idol. Daniel
Is that the first time someone hasn't been able to find their idol after they buried it? I was trying to remember. I don't remember any. At least I don't think they've ever shown it before.
So yeah,
Someone couldn't find their idol.
Did he forget where he buried it? Is that what the thing was? Okay.
He said
Yeah.
it's by a Y. He's like, and who's the guy that was behind with
Daniel.
Daniel's like going.
Daniel was literally.
Intersections.
Sorry, say again.
There's like 20 different intersections.
Right.
You think this is gonna be the
the
last
Y
time
is
they?
everywhere.
You think this is gonna be the last time they can do this because now everyone that's going to go on the show has seen this this immunity thing where you have to say the stupid phrase and you don't get a vote.
No, I don't think. I don't think so. I think that you might.
Because if I knew that's what it was, I wouldn't take it.
I honestly, I think that you might get some people that are willing to take the chance, and then you might see some people just turn it down. And I don't think.
Because also remember, when you say your stupid phrase, everybody's going to know why you're saying that.
Well, and that's why they convinced him not to say it, right? Which he thought was like some great strategy. And I'm like, dude, if you don't say the phrase, like no, you
Right.
have 0% chance of getting your vote back. Like,
I
Well,
think he's
the
gonna wait.
phrase
He's waiting for
did
some.
the phrase did give us the understanding that Mike is a baseball fan since he loathes soccer so much.
what was the phrase again? I should have written it down and I didn't.
I love
Something about
soccer.
soccer and grace.
Soccer so much. It's so grace. It makes me cry.
Okay.
Soccer is so graceful. It makes me cry, or something like that.
Okay.
I love soccer so much. It's so graceful. It's some stupid phrase. It's to be like, how do you work that into a conversation in Survivor?
Well, butterflies, dead relatives saying hello, that worked out pretty well.
Yeah, if I'm watching this show and I'm on Survivor 43 and I find out, I go, it's going right back. In fact, I'll leave it out in the open for someone to find.
Yeah.
Someone else to take it.
Yeah,
Because
but
there's no
have
way I'm going
to-
to go without my vote.
and this whole thing was just so hilarious. Like he actually came away with dodo music, but favorable dodo music, right? Like you're kind of like, oh, that's so sweet. Like every scatterbrained person out there was like, that's me.
Well, if you follow his Twitter account, like this all holds up.
Okay, I'll have to follow
This
his
all
Twitter.
holds up. He's been really confused lately why everyone is calling him Stan Mike. He doesn't get it. So yeah.
Aw.
Those fans out there have had to explain a few things, but he'll get there eventually.
He'll get there. So Sherry said, I felt so bad for him. I thought he's watching the show right now, seeing how he was betrayed. Yeah, but everybody watches the show and sees how they're betrayed. I mean, I wonder if part of him did know, and I don't even know, but I did like how, Daniel was behind him being like, womp, 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 womp.
Yes. Yes.
Chris said...
And he told everybody too, didn't he? Pretty much.
Yeah.
That he.
Well, he told Drea, right? And then Daniel, and then they told everybody.
Yeah, so everybody knows at this point. Chris says, so Mike reburied it. What if someone else found it? And of course tried in true pregame. I'm not going to tell anyone I have an idol. And then, hey, I found an idol. So, because Jay asked this question too, like if he's lost it, does he still lose his vote? And I think yes, because he did not
he
actively
accepted.
transfer possession of the idol to someone else. So even if somebody found that idol, I don't think they'd even be eligible to play it.
Now, wouldn't it
Well,
be funny if
looked
someone
like
found?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
If someone found it, didn't tell anybody, and at the next immunity challenge goes, they said the phrase, and Mike would be like, "No, that maybe that's why they showed us he buried it. Maybe someone's going to find, but I guess everybody knows about it.
Everybody knows about it.
That ruined it.
So Sherry
Okay,
also
never-
asked,
There was the little clip too for next week where he's like, "Where's the idol? Where is
oh my
it?"
god, yes. So spoiler alert, which I don't feel is a big spoiler. Yeah, the next week on Survivor shows that he's also lost his idol again. So,
So maybe someone found it.
but again, if somebody found it, they can't do anything with it. Everybody knows about it. Sherry says, "Can he wait until somebody else says their phrase?" Well, I think that's his strategy at this point, right? Like,
Because he didn't say anything.
Right.
but if everyone if everyone in his tribe knows about it now, what's the big deal? Just freaking go for it. Like, you have no vote. You're useless to them.
But he
And
doesn't
why-
know that everybody knows, right? Like he just thinks that Drea and Daniel know.
Right.
Okay, so they don't know that he knows that they know that he knows that he knows.
Who else is-
Yes, exactly.
Okay, just checking.
Who else is on his tribe? Because they have 5, right?
And is it Ika, Drea, Mike, Daniel, Tori?
Let me look. Let me-
Tori, that's right.
Yeah,
Well,
Tori.
does Tori know?
Well, I think everyone knows at this point.
But I didn't see them tell Tori.
Yeah,
Maybe
well, just
Tori
because you didn't
finds-
see them tell her doesn't mean she doesn't know at this
But
point.
maybe Tori. But I'm saying maybe that would be fun if Tori finds the idol
Mm.
because he can't find it.
Roxroy is the last person on that, so it's
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that if they were to bring it, like they could possibly bring this back again in a following season, but they'd have to make it so that the clues were just like normal sentences. They couldn't do this weird butterfly.
So is
nonsense,
it
like-
harder if it's normal sentences, or is it harder if it's harder for the other players if it's normal sentences? But by the time you're at like challenge 2 or 3 or 4, when you're just repeating the same phrases over and over again, I guess it kind of gives it away. But it's harder for the person, and I think the whole point is for it to be difficult for the person that found it to say this ridiculous phrase and fit it into conversation, which was why last year when what's his face found it and was like, I'm confused as a goat and astroturf, and we're like, oh my god.
But my thing is, if everybody wants an idol. If you don't want anybody to know, you shouldn't want anybody to know you have an idol. This one is just like, you lose your vote. Everybody knows you have it because you say the stupid phrase. That's what I say going into season 43. You say something stupid like you're saying, Jamie. Maybe it should be something normal, like, "Yeah, I didn't eat today," or something, or whatever. Just something would be a normal conversation,
right?
To finish the phrase of the other, one another. But anyway, I don't know.
Right. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I feel like this is a idol thing that's going to be around for a while. My gut just tells me production likes it too much, and we're going to see it. Maybe I'm wrong.
Again, like I said, if I was on there, I'd be like, okay, this can go right back into its home.
Yes.
Or I put it with someone, or the strategy would be, say I don't like someone, or I want someone voted out, I make sure they get it.
Right.
There you go.
I put it in their bag or something like that.
Like a sabotage.
Sure so I know that they not only do they not have the idol, they don't have a vote. I can get them out.
That's a great idea. That's a great way to use it.
If you can. But yeah.
Yes.
So
I wouldn't be able to do it. It's too awkward. I can't take this awkward challenge. I refuse.
Right. So I wanted to bring up Lydia. Lydia's been on the winning team twice now, right? So we haven't seen much of her, but we've had. I want to know: are we getting vibes of Michelle Fitzgerald winners at it? Because we've had 2 episodes now where Jeff has praised Lydia, and it's been included. Like today, we're like, she delivered. She was the best blind caller in the whole history of the show, and it's like, oh. Does that mean she's so good she's going to win the game?
She's changing her life right here.
I think she was my pick to go home today.
Yeah,
I guess I should pull it up.
Self-proclaimed only able to camp at music festivals and like Burning Man, so.
Oh, it was so interesting, and by interesting I mean eye rolling. How many people today were very much like, I don't like being outside. I hate camping. This is annoying. I was kind of like, oh,
on Survivor.
Yeah, like you guys are.
There's something going around in real life.
No, you guys really picked an interesting game to play for people who.
I don't enjoy the outdoors. It's just a strange thing to be interested in.
I don't like starving. I don't like challenges. I don't like games.
I'm here for the experience, not the money. The experience.
People don't wear deodorant.
Although, as much as I love Marianne, I love, well, now that I'm on Tribal, I'm like really, really here. I'm really playing Survivor. Which again, can we all just, I really hope Marianne goes all the way. I really love her so much. I hope she is not a,
what can hurt her is as time goes on and they're not eating and she has so much energy that it would be like one day it's like, okay, I can't take this. She's just too happy.
Yeah, they'll get a little annoyed maybe. And something about really positive, happy, bubbly people that I have noticed in real life is that when they do get tripped up, that fall from grace is radical. It's, it's a crash. So
yeah. Chris in the chat also says, hey, next season after everyone knows about it, you could fake people out. Make sure you just say a random phrase and make people
just
assume
say weird stuff.
You have an idol and no vote. That is an interesting way to play it. To just go out there and say crazy stuff and then be like, I don't have a vote.
Would that put a target on your back, though?
It could go either way. You could either, if you're a threat, it could, I don't know, it could go either way. I think that it can either make you a neutral, a neutralizing.
I like Chris's
force.
idea. I wouldn't do that though, because I'm not going to put a target on my back, something like that.
Well, if you consider this, when they usually
Unless I had to.
When they usually have to say their weird phrase, they're with the other tribes, right? It's like the whole group. So if your tribe knew that you were going to go in and do that and just try to get like things stirred up with the other two tribes, I mean, if you had some way of being able to like communicate that way and then say crazy things, or they would just be like, oh, this guy's like coach. I mean, just a local weirdo. It's fine.
Right. Oh man. Gosh, coach really has a disservice not being there.
Yeah, this is his game.
It is his game to
I want
to
the best
lose.
of the best. I'm going to compete against the best.
So do you think that Mariah was the right choice to go home?
Yes.
I liked her, but I felt like in a small group when everybody has to click, you don't have much of a choice.
And I just feel out of all the tribes, this is even though they're not like my winner's pick isn't there, I think it might be my favorite group of people. I like the personalities and I like how thus far they communicate together. And she, like I said, she was the odd man out. She was ruining that vibe for me a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that, and I could totally see that being an excuse.
But didn't she even comment about Marianne about how she's just so? I don't think I can do 26 days of this.
Yeah.
Did she say it to her tribe, or was the confessional?
She said it to, was it Lydia?
Lydia.
Yeah.
And if everyone likes Marianne, and you're saying that, it's
Lydia and Marianne are in the same tribe.
Not Lydia.
Lindsay.
Lindsay. Yes.
Yeah.
So because they were out in the water, and she was like, "Yeah," and she made that face like, "I kind of agree with you, but don't say things like that out loud."
Mm-hmm. I heard a rumor that there's a showmance between Lindsay and what's his face? Alpha male dude. Jonathan. I don't know if that's true or not. I pay very little attention nowadays, but somebody
I just had
like
30 inappropriate jokes flying through my head at once. Sorry. Like things about renting kayaks. I don't know.
Again, I don't know if that's true or not. Somebody whispered that into my ear. And
Sherry says it was.
I was like, yeah, I can see that. Sherry said that this was that what you're talking about was in a confessional.
I think she just doesn't like exuberant, happy, optimistic people.
Yeah. Okay,
Some
so
people don't. It's fine.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, especially
I know a couple other New Yorkers that aren't the biggest fans of Marianne because she's just too bubbly and open and friendly.
Well,
it's uncomfortable.
This former New Yorker is a huge fan of Marianne. Just want to put that out there. But I could see also if she's a stay-at-home mom and she's, only like 5 days removed for her kids, where she's like, I was promised quiet.
She's like, no more.
Look at Tom Brady.
Yeah,
Tom
right?
Brady was with his kids for 2 months.
Like
Screw it. Retirement is, I am not retiring.
Coming back again.
I will die on that field before I come
Giselle,
back.
you're great and all, but like these kids, they want hugs and homework and kisses on the lips. It's just so weird.
I know we have 45 nannies, but no, I can't be in this house anymore. Even though we live in a 45,000 square foot mansion, I don't even see them. I know they're here.
It's like Roxroy, like, enough with the kids. I'm out of here.
Still, Roxroy still has the coolest name out of any Survivor ever.
That's a fact. Hashtag facts.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Troyzan and Tarzan.
Well, spoiler on the previews, it looks like he swims like a rock. Just saying.
Oh, that looked a little. To be fair, they all kind of looked like they were drowning a little bit.
Yeah, I think that what happens is the current gets kind of rough. Could be a rip current out there, and if you've ever been caught in a rip current, they're not fun.
I haven't been, but I've been caught in a river before. I'm assuming it's around the same bit of
Yeah, I got caught in a
oh my
recurrent
God, I'm
once,
gonna die.
and I was past the pier at Scripps Pier. I was like so far away from the.
Did you guys notice, and this is nothing again with the episode, but the next time on Survivor was like immediate. And I was
Well,
like,
because they did that long preview for the show afterwards.
they did.
Yeah.
Because I was getting up, I said, okay, commercial. I went, oh wait,
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was 9 o'clock already.
Yeah. All right. Do we have anything else to talk about? Yeah, it was a pretty straightforward episode of Survivor. It had your nice moments. It had your personal growth. It had your I'm taking a personal sacrifice by eating meat moments. Like, it kind of.
Jeff is apparently threatening them with death at their tribals now. It's like, this is where death happens.
Right.
This is where death happens. He's never said that before, has he?
I know.
I was like going, wow, that got dark, Jeff.
Right, cut to the blooper reel where Jeff has tried that one line for the last 7 seasons in a row, and they were like, finally,
Never
like, all right, fine, we'll do it this time.
You have the happiest person that's ever been on Survivor, and all of a sudden you say, this is where death happens, Mary
She's
Ann.
so happy.
This is where death happens.
I cannot wait to see her at a final tribal council. I hope she is there, and I hope that she wins. Like, she is just so wonderful. I hope I love her. She is a delight, a treat. She is great.
She's a treat. But she should not be wearing hunter orange in the jungle when she is searching for an idol.
Fair.
And also, come up. Where's those flower food we were looking for?
Oh my God, that was also like terrible. But whatever. Okay, so let's get. We do not have any emails this week. Oddly enough. I know, Mandy, Shandy, hello.
What?
Victoria.
Counting on that.
Who was that? Jay?
That was Jay. Jay was like, he just shouted something like, we're going too short. I think he's filming a video and doesn't want me
Without me to make you go longer, nobody wants to send an email.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
All right. Preseason picks next week. Tally the vote. All that, whatever it is. I'm still new to this share the screen on StreamYard. We should do this on Zoom. I don't know why we don't do it on Zoom. I'm so good at Zoom. I don't know what you just said, honey, but I can't hear you. And the good people that you don't podcast for anymore can't hear you either. Let's see. Chrome tab. Here we go. Okay. So as far as can you all see that?
It's buffering.
There we go.
Yeah,
Okay, as far as the preseason picks go, Mariah went home, which I think I'm going to do something that Jay never did. And I am going to figure out how to put a strike through on this.
I had merge.
Yes, so everyone had merged for Mariah. Jay had her as a final 3, which might explain why he's so cranky right now. You had her as final 3. That's because he had a crush on her in her preseason video. Let's see. How do I'll figure it out.
She'd be perfect with Jay because she doesn't like funny people. So I mean, not funny people. So
or kids.
She likes. Well, anyway, I'm just saying. I had a joke there and I messed up.
Oh, I don't have edit access. There we go. That's why it's not. All right. So Jamie gets a point because she is the only person to put that over. Okay, I just asked for permission, as you all saw, so I'm going to start to cross out people so that it makes it more fun, gives us more stakes. Let's see. View tab. Nope. I am so bad at this screen share thing. All right, and then moving on to the actual whatever it is that we do next.
Who's going home?
Oh, I got permission.
Right.
Who's going home for let's tally the vote? All right. I think Jamie went first last week, so Jack gets to go first this week.
Well, I'm gonna go with Lydia again.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I think Lydia.
Well, if she makes it through next week, she probably wins the whole thing. But
All right. I like that. So you're Lydia still. I'm gonna say, who's the Tori? I'm gonna go with Tori.
Who's the Tory?
Yeah, Tori is the one that was super annoying about something last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she got emotional this week though.
Jamie, who do you think is going home next week?
I'm gonna go with Mike.
Oh,
Ooh.
bold choice. I think that actually might be a very good pick.
It's this whole Daniel conversation from tonight that makes me think so.
Ooh, go on, explain.
Well, when he was talking about, like, do we work with him? Do we use this? Or do we vote him out? So I think that they're going to decide that might be the better way to manage this weird.
Because if you take him out, you take away, because the other two people can't get an idol, right?
Yep, it gives you way more control than knowing that it's there. I do like what Daniel said about how he's in the best position with that, like knowing about it without having any of the risk.
Right.
But removing
Daniel's a smart player.
I think removing it completely is the best option because they are controlling the other two tribes in some facet if they do that.
Right. Again, that's why I say I would not want that, would not accept that challenge if I knew about it ahead of time. I'd be like, nope. Too much can go wrong.
How do you guys feel about Daniel? Because Daniel also was kind of like a low-key breakout.
I really like him.
I really like him too.
His arm wasn't dragging this week, so that was good.
Yeah.
I dig him.
Who do you guys?
He's a smart player.
Yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised. Not surprised, but I was pleasantly surprised about that.
I get a little bit of there's a little bit of Cochran vibes there too, just kind of the way he explains his game and the way he's seeing where the opportunities are.
Well,
his confessionals really remind me of what Cochran's are when he was trying to form an idea as he was talking.
You would need Jeff to one time go, Daniel's blowing it for his whole tribe.
Yes. And he also has to get much more sunburnt.
Well,
yes, exactly. And he needs a tree for didn't Cochran have a throne tree?
Yes, and he needs to be able to eat grubs. There's a lot of things to actually be Cochran.
Oh, I was also going to point out, if you can't eat gross things, you can't be Cochran.
Nope, because he was a champion.
Oh my god, that is interesting. Because I honestly don't see it, but I'm going to watch for it next week.
Yeah, that's what he just gives me the vibes. I like him. I'm really interested in watching his game.
Okay.
The thing is, Cochran his first time around wasn't a good player.
No. Because he was really his head was so wrapped around in that popular not popular group, and he kind of got maybe borderline bullied a bit, and but his second time he came in, he was a little bit better with just the social game in general, and that was enough to push him up.
Yeah.
Plus people underestimated him.
Yes. Yep, that was a good year. That was a good year in reality TV. We had a Cochran win, and then we had Ian win on Big Brother. It was like the year of the nerds, and I loved it.
The year of the nerd.
Well, I feel like the year of the nerd is approaching quickly to come back for Survivor in general.
I am so hoping so, because I really do. Thus far, I really like our cast. Well, 90% of the cast I really like.
Yeah, just scrolling down this really quickly, we didn't get much from Swathi today. We didn't get much from. We only got a little bit from Jenny, so I'm hoping that means that Jenny goes far. We didn't get anything from Drea. Yeah, it was actually like I said, it was kind of a straightforward, more quiet episode. In terms of there wasn't a lot of drama, it just kind of presented it. Right. Here's why you should care about the person getting voted off, and here's who gets voted off.
It really seemed like a very typical second episode. Mm-hmm. It has the same rhythm as pretty much almost every second episode is given us. So
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Concur.
Sure.
All right. Does anybody else have anything else? I mean, yeah, there wasn't a whole lot to talk about. We do not have any emails today.
I was hoping in the last 5 minutes someone, like Mandy or Victoria or someone would send an email.
And somebody, like some people are off watching Hamilton tonight, so can't compete with that.
No, I guess not.
I really dig how much animal print that this cast has for their clothing. There's just like a lot of animal faces on these people's clothing, so that's kind of quirky.
I didn't even
feeds
notice that.
to that. Yeah, we've got like puppy dog socks and the giant emu shirt and like the bird Hawaiian shirt, and yes, it's fun.
I love that Hawaiian shirt, by the way.
It's a good one. It's a good one. You gotta like a good Hawaiian shirt, you know. There's good ones and there's bad ones, but if you get a good one, that's
there's no such thing as a bad one.
Maybe poorly made.
Wait, there's no such thing
maybe
as
that's a better term.
My wife hates them, so that's why I like them.
Are you saying there's no such thing as a bad Hawaiian shirt?
No.
I think they fare better than the bowling shirts overall. So
well,
that's
it's funny you said that because we used to do when we were bowling, we used to do ugly Hawaiian shirt night. So
that's irony.
We would wear ugly Hawaiian shirt because I said last night on the Rabblecast that someone named our team Loud and Obnoxious. So
that's a good one. That's a pretty appropriate name.
Well, now next time you bowl, if you ever bowl again, your team could be Good and Guilty.
Good and what?
Good and Guilty.
Good and Guilty. Okay.
The name of the episode.
Yeah, I don't see me bowling again.
This is where death happens. That should be.
Yeah. that would be a great one.
That's a good band name.
This is where.
This
is where death happens.
Yeah, that is a great band name.
It's pretty solid. It's pretty solid.
Yes.
Or even Death by Tribal Council. That's a great band name too.
That's a good one. We're giving Jeff all sorts of ideas for his future garage band endeavors. Like bringing him back rock and roll Jeopardy days.
Maybe a serial killer can go walk around with that shirt and make money on it.
Okay, wait. Real question.
Where death happens.
Real question. Okay.
Happens. Real question.
If we were going to have a Survivor Players garage band and there were 5 members, who would be in that? Cochran obviously has to be in it. Daniel has to be in it.
Yeah. Well, probably Jonathan. I mean, he'd be on like the drums. He's a drummer for sure.
Yeah, but think outside this season. Like who else would be in the Survivor garage band? 5 members. That's it. It's a small garage. It's like a medium. It's like a 2-car garage. 5 people.
I don't know. Like it depends on what kind of band. Like
Richard Hatch, you could be the lead singer and be naked.
I would like to nominate Michaela. I think that
there you go.
Michaela
there you go,
would be an awesome.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I
would.
No.
That's rage fueled. Rage fueled. That's for the angry music. Yep.
The whole totally different band. That's the band in the cafeteria of the. I don't know. Anyway, not gonna finish that joke. It was terrible.
Isn't it great when you see it derailing before you finish?
You're like, that's problematic. Don't finish that sentence.
That's that. I think that like Castorina, like he would do. He would be fun. He's made for a stage, I think. So
we should get some of the ones from the first season we haven't seen forever. What about that?
Like
remember Colleen from the Colleen from the first season? She was going to be an actress, and she was in that Rob Schneider movie, and we've never seen her again.
I don't think she wants to be seen again.
Yeah.
But she wanted to be an actress, though.
But I think that I believe that she decided that was not the life for her, and deliberately, kind of stepped back out of the
actually
spotlight.
Being there in the getting that attention, probably not. Not the same thing.
Yeah. All right. Is there any other last thoughts about Survivor Garage Band? Who's going home next week? and anybody that, stood out this week.
Oh, I will also say that I really love this Omar and Jonathan partnership. I think that is going to be really fun to watch. Also, when he's like, just let me show you how to cut this coconut. Just let me show you. And then there was like luau.
Please let me show you.
It was really nice.
Yeah, they did have a really pleasant. They had a really nice partnership, and I did.
Because Omar would have passed out from dehydration without if Jonathan had waited.
And it's funny. What I think I liked best about that partnership is even in the confessionals, there was no talking dirty about each other behind their back. There was no
it's a genuine little, there's a little bromance.
Jonathan,
I think there's a bromance.
Well, Jonathan even said, he goes, together we make a good person.
The meat shield and the brain and
Yeah.
And I do enjoy that because what we've seen so far, we don't have the scale isn't tipped in the Braun favor, right? So the people that do kind of represent that category a little bit, both of them we've seen, like Jonathan and Mike, are like, I got to work with somebody smarter than me.
Yeah.
Today's challenge was not a physical challenge.
Mm-mm.
No.
It was all mental.
No.
I loved the challenge. I thought it was just fun. Other than watching people get hurt. But I thought it was fun, and I thought it was hard, and I thought it was like an actual challenge.
I'll admit, I was laughing when they were going, Lydia was taken through the sawdust. I can't remember who it was, hit the post with his head.
Romeo.
Yep. He ran into a lot of things. There was a lot of Romeo running into things.
But don't you think the person that's guiding him through say, all right, you got to post there, you got to post.
Watch it. Post on your right.
Why doesn't she get the people through first and then go through?
Right.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
I hope, I don't know. I hope next week's
That's why Lydia should have went home.
Well, I revised what I was going to say. I hope that Marianne is there for the long run. I hope
Marianne.
I hope.
I can't help but think of Gilligan's Island every time they say her name.
Really?
Marianne.
That's the name.
That's
just
true.
the name.
Marianne.
All right. We do not have any feedback as of this far, so I am calling it. Thank you.
Thanks for your participation, people.
Yes. And may I actually add in here that if any of you guys are watching this season of Australia Survivor, we are going to be doing a finale episode on the Crazy Hank channel. So if you check that out, it looks like it's most likely going to be April 11th, the week of. We'll have more details as it comes in. It's kind of hard to know exactly when the finale is without searching because there's a lot of spoilers out there. So April 11th, Crazy Hank.
All right. Who's Crazy Hank?
Who's this Crazy Hank? Who is that? Who is that guy? I don't know.
I was doing this. This guy has a really successful YouTube channel, and he would invite me on there to talk. And for the longest time, he kept calling me Hank. And finally, I said, he goes, why didn't you tell me your name was Jack? I go, I don't care. I go, you call me whatever you want. And he goes, no. And so he goes, Jack.
Amazing. Oh my God.
I like it.
So anyway, I don't care.
So yes, if you aren't subscribed to Crazy Hank TV, subscribe now and stay tuned for potentially April 11th for the Australian season.
So it's already ended, right? Is that what you're saying?
No, it doesn't end until then, but there is some finale leaks that have hit the internet today. So I am I'm being very precarious.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yes.
I got it.
All right. Well, check that out. We'll be back next week. Woo! Maybe we'll be back next week. Who knows? Could be.
I don't know.
Tune in, find out who drowned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Spoiler.
We've never done this before, ever.
On that note, thank you to the people that were watching tonight. Thank you to everyone listening right now. Thank you to the patrons. If you'd like to become a patron, you can go to patreon.com/JNJack and become a patron.
Wait, I have a quick question. Quick question.
Oh.
Spoiler, if you skip ahead, you didn't see the previews.
Well, then let me thank the patrons first, and then you can...
Okay, all right.
Okay. Thank you to the patrons that contribute at a certain level, and that would be Eckhart, your attack from Tokyo, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with a Plan, and Ed, the creepy poopy head mailman. Thank you guys so much. And then I guess now you are released. If you don't want to hear a spoiler about the previews, thank you for listening. If you do, okay, Jack, take it away.
If they don't have the challenge, if they stop the challenge, then nobody's going home.
Well, unless somebody dies.
Well, you also had because you had was it Jackson went home last week?
Yeah.
But he didn't get voted out. So can I change mine from Lydia to nobody's going home next week?
Oh.
Well, this is where death happens. Okay.
Yes.
So maybe that was
sudden death.
A precursor.
Okay. I am nicer than Jay, so I will let you change that, but because you did it so much later, you'd have to wager an extra tally point for that. So you'll get 2 tally points if somebody doesn't go home or if it's a medevac. And
I'll lose a point if it doesn't.
You'll lose a point instead of getting 0 points if somebody is voted out. Would you like to do that?
Beware advantage. Jack's own beware advantage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'll do that. I will risk a point to gain 2.
Ooh, that's very brave of you coming from week 2. Okay. And let me just share the screen so that way you could see that I am on the up and up, putting it down.
Because I won't remember.
I know. I won't either. So I'm going to put in, let's see, pick a color, any color.
I think this is the first time and since we've done this that I remembered who I picked to go home.
I was kind of shocked that you said that. All right.
And it wasn't until I was like, she was on when she was, I go, well, who's that? And I go, oh, that's Lydia. Okay, yeah, that's who I picked to go home. And she probably would have gone home if her tribe would have lost.
If it hadn't been for those pesky kids.
Okay, there we go. Is
All
that
right,
correct?
I'm
You wager
excited.
2 points on either a medevac or nobody. Basically, on no one out. You know what? On just to keep it on.
No one gets voted out.
No one. Ooh, clearly keyboard typing. No one being voted out. Yes, I will. Sweet. Okay, there we go.
All right.
So you can either tie Jamie Joe next week or be in 3rd place out of 3.
Plenty of time to catch up.
There we go. All right. Well, thank you all again. We appreciate it. Can't wait to talk about it with you guys next week. On that note, my name is Colleen.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Poopy Head.
Aren't you Bun Patty Bun?
Oh, Bun Patty Bun. I forgot.
Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
How long can he wave?
It's like a parade. This is getting really paradey in here.